Hey there YouTube, here is yet another little review on the TSKY 120 amp eBay brushless speed control. This one I bought off eBay from Malaysia, seller Full Love 365, and it took over 7 weeks to get here, so that wasn't very good. But the price was right. It was only $14 US, free shipping. Anyways, for my first test run, I put it in a two-wheel drive buggy with a 2S. It's something really light duty to test it out. And it only did about a half a lap on the track, and then it just quit. Totally dead. So I thought it was toast, but I tried a receiver battery in my receiver and turned the switch on, and it actually worked again. So this tells me that the onboard battery eliminator circuit died, and that is what I've learned. A few people online have had the same thing, where the onboard ESC is either really weak or it just dies right away. So at least I got a speed control that still worked with a battery. So I went to Hobby King and found that they have really small BECs, so I'll pick one of those up, and here it is here, this little thing, and just wired it directly to the voltage input, same as the capacitors, and it works again, no problem. My servo has good speed in it. I never measured the voltage coming out of here, but it seems like it's good and usable. I have not run it yet, but I will post a follow-up video to see how well it works. As you can see, the fan has been replaced. The fan that comes with these is works good at 3S, but on 2S it turns really slow, rather slow. So you yank that off, and I had also got from Hobby King one of their cheap $2 fans, and the 25mm fan for a lower voltage reading, and it's actually not much better. It's rattly and a little bit slow, so if you get another fan, get a better quality one than the Hobby King. That's just a little too below budget for anything useful there. Or just run the stock fan, because it does move air, just not very much. If your car is ventilated, then you shouldn't have a problem. What else? People have been complaining that the color of the wires is wrong for whatever motor they're using. Well, it's pretty common sense. You just look at A, B, and C and just wire it up appropriately. A lot of the other brand speed controls have all the same color of motor wires, so what's the difference? Just check the positioning of the wires and solder them up accordingly. I might have a 3D printed little clip to hold both the BEC and the capacitors on one little clip, just so it's not, because a little more sturdy. Or I've also been thinking about desoldering these and see if I can solder them direct onto the board so that it's solid, but we'll see. Just less clutter in the buggy or the car to have come loose with double-sided tape. Also, I got the Hobby King USB adapter and upgraded the firmware on this as recommended online, and it's I'll post the link below or in text what version it is, but it's supposed to make it a little smoother and better brakes, all around better firmware than what it came with, so you might want to look into that. Also, with that USB, you can change the settings more accurately and more detail in the settings for your speed control. The only downside is that it's not portable. You need to bring a laptop if you're going to be doing changes at the track, but depends what you're doing with it. I'm only ever going to run this on 2S. I don't have any cars or vehicles set up with 3S to run on, so that's why I mentioned 2S. And go ahead, if you have a 3S and you want to try it, by all means, it's rated for that, but just keep in mind you get what you pay for. It's a $20 speed control at best, and it's not going to have the greatest components in the world, and so with the lower voltage, you know, maybe in my mind, you'll have a little more durable speed control than if you're putting a lot more voltage in. So we'll see. Another thing with this BEC hooked up, I don't have a switch on it, so I have it plugged into a receiver, and I run the car, I come and I stop, I'll power it off, but the fan will keep going because it's getting power through this through the receiver for powering that. So instead of putting a switch on here, I'll just be unplugging the battery to completely power it down. So if you go and do this setup, just keep that in mind. So that's about it. That's my modified TSKY speed control. Hopefully it doesn't catch on fire before my next follow-up review. Thanks for watching.